my top 5 Android devices mid 2023. Now, I hope you guys enjoy this because I've done, I think this is probably my third top 5 Android video, I believe. If not more, I don't know. But I like doing these because I just want you guys to know, one of my favorite Android devices. I know there's a lot of newer devices out there. I'm just not, I don't know, I'm to a point now where, the smartphones have really plateaued. They're not really adding anything that really jumps out at you and grabs you like it used to. Really no innovation, except for like something like the Nothing phone. That's probably the most innovation I've seen in a phone recently. I mean, it's just smartphones have really plateaued for me. And that's why I think a lot of people now buying older phones because they're getting more in value with those, more features. Because, with the newer phones, a lot of phones have, removed features that were on the older phones, which they should have never removed. And people are gravitating to them rather than purchase these newer devices. So I don't blame you. I buy older devices myself. So, but today, just real quick, gonna do my top 5 Android devices. But first, I'm gonna show you the ones that didn't make the top 5, the honorable mentions. All right, first up. Now, I know this is gonna probably surprise some, maybe not all, because these are not the fan favorites in this particular country here. It's just not. But up first, and this is not taking nothing away from this device at all, the OnePlus 8 Pro. Now, let me make it very clear from the beginning. I actually love this device. I really do. Excellent build quality. Excellent fingerprint sensor. I don't know why my password wasn't in there already. But anyway, excellent display. Excellent battery life. Great cameras. Great speakers. Great performance. Okay, great display. Great charging speeds. Wireless charging, reverse wireless charging. This is pretty much the whole package except no expandable storage and no headphone jack. But other than that, this pretty much has everything. And the alert slider. So you're really getting the full package with this. Now, I think the thing I like about this phone the most is the display, the battery life, and the performance. I mean, I do love the cameras, but I'm not a person that takes a lot of photos. But the cameras on here are really, really good. I feel very, very good about taking this somewhere for a special occasion. Like I say, if I'm out for a special occasion and using this to take my photos, I have no problems taking this and using this as my main shooter. Not at all. But I think what happened with this not being in my top 5 rotation is just it's been sitting on my dresser and it was kind of out of sight, out of mind type of thing. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I love this device, especially with that motion graphic smoothing where it makes even older movies look super clear and sharp and smooth. This is the only phone, well, my Mi 11 Ultra has it too, excuse me, but it's actually implemented better on the OnePlus 8 Pro. Now, so I actually love this device. I'm going to get it back into my rotation soon because I actually love this device. Nothing wrong with it. And for those of you out there that are wondering about this device, don't wonder. This is a great phone to pick up if you can get it for a decent price. On Amazon, it's still kind of expensive. I don't know why, but you might want to check eBay if you want to get a better price. Next up, in the honorable mention, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. I love this device. I just got this device back. The first one I gave it to my wife. And so I went and got me another one. And I'm telling you, this phone is a straight up monster. Beast, okay? It's out of my rotation only because I have so many Samsung devices. I got the Fold, I got the Note 20 Ultra, so I got a decent amount, the Note 9, the Note 10 Plus. I got a decent amount of Samsung devices. But the only thing that makes this one stand out is the 100 times zoom on the camera, the 5,000 milliamp hour battery, the 45-watt super fast charging, the 9-watt reverse wireless charging, and the 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED display, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. Okay, now with this device, cameras are great, performance is great. 120 hertz, of course, not at Quad HD, but this is a Quad HD display. But you just can't use the 120 hertz at Quad HD plus resolution. Excuse me. Nice speakers, great battery life, great performance. You know, so I don't have any issues with this phone either. Like I said, I just got a bunch of Samsung devices, so they're pretty much close to being the same type of device, like I said, except the only thing that makes this stand out is the 6.9-inch display, 5,000 milliamp hour battery, the 100 times zoom, and the 45 watt super fast charging, and the 9-watt reverse wireless charging. Other than that, it's pretty much your standard premium Samsung device. But I love this device, I really do. Next up, the Asus ROG 5. Absolute beast. 6,000 milliamp hour battery. The speakers on here will blow your friggin' head off. I mean, 2 amplifiers pumping, helping to pump out the music on this. These are by far the best set of speakers I have on any of my devices. I love the speakers on this device. Also, I like the 67 watt super fast charging. This thing charges extremely fast. Okay, extremely fast. Now, no wireless charging, not a big deal. It's a gaming phone. No gaming phones have wireless charging that I know of. Also, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Love that. Of course, you can charge your phone down here, or you can charge your phone here on the side. I love that. 2 charging ports. Now, what I love about this phone too a lot, it gets nice and bright. It's a beautiful AMOLED display. But the thing about this thing is the speed. This is by far the fastest Android phone that I have. Now, the ones that come after it, I would say my OnePlus, my Mi 11 Ultra, and what was the other one? My Mi 11 Ultra, OnePlus, and I think this, as far as just speed. I mean, this phone is so fast, it's almost too fast. And 144 hertz refresh rate. Look, if you're looking for a gaming phone, this is one you may want to check out, because I love this phone. It's an absolute monster. And the battery life, it gets the best battery life out of all the phones that I have as well. So, and also the cameras. The cameras are not that bad either. Honestly, I like the cameras on this gaming phone. They're not bad at all. Of course, you get the RGB light in the back. You do have the gaming triggers up here. They don't, they're kind of, yeah, you can still see them right there and right there. They don't pop out or nothing, but you can use them. Now, I'm not a gamer, so I really don't play games on this. This is more of a media type phone for me, where I'm just using it for media content. Just videos and music for the most part. But this phone, I love it. Fastest phone. And it's super smooth with that 144 hertz refresh rate. The Asus ROG 5. Love it. Next, the LG V60. Another phone that's an absolute monster. 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Dual stereo speakers that are awesome. Of course, in-display fingerprint sensor always on display. Now, like I said, my biggest issue with the LG V60 is this display. Not the display itself, but this stupid notch and these big, what do you call these things? I forget, but, big old borders around the side. I don't like that. I just don't like that. But expandable storage, up to 2 terabytes. Love that. Great photos and videos on this. Great performance. Great display. There's a lot to like about this device. Okay? Quad HD, quad DAC. So you got a quad DAC on here. Of course, you got a headphone jack. So this is one of the last Mohegans premium devices where you get expandable storage and a headphone jack and a quad DAC to go with it. So great build quality, great cameras, great battery life, great performance, great display. There's a lot to like about this device as well. It's not in my top 5, mainly because I just don't like the way the display is configured. I just hate it. I just hate it. But it's still a great device. I'm definitely keeping it because I use it as an alarm clock. So I still love this device, but I just hate that notch and, you know, the way, you know, these big borders around the side of the display. I just don't like it. LG V60, love that device. And the last of the honorable mentions is the LG Wing. Now, I think the biggest thing that kills me with this phone, and I love this phone, I love the build. I actually love the build quality on here better than I do the LG V60, easily, by far. Plus, this is a thicker device. This is the kind of device I like using without a case. All the rest of them, you see, all of these phones are all in cases. But this is the one I don't want to put a case on it because it feels that premium is not slippery, but it is a fingerprint magnet. You are getting great cameras, great camera and video quality out of this device. Excellent battery life, excellent display, always on display, fingerprint sensor, no face unlock, unfortunately. Now the charging speeds are pretty sad, you know. Real slow charging speeds. I don't like that at all. No headphone jack, but you do get expandable storage up to 2 terabytes. I like that. No quad DAC, nothing like that. But the LG Wing is all about this. This is what this is all about. Now, I think the main reason why it's not in my heavy rotation because of that one down firing speaker. I just prefer a device with dual stereo speakers, and the charging speeds are just so slow. But other than that, I absolutely love this device. This is definitely a device I'm going to hold on to, and I'm going to use now. I got updated to Android 13, so I love this device, honestly. So really nothing wrong with it except one down firing speaker, no face unlock, slow charging speeds, no headphone jack, no quad DAC, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, I love it. The LG Wing, love this device. So these are my top 5 honorable mentions. Just didn't make the cut, but I love each and every one of these devices. They have something special to contribute to why I bought them in the first place. So now let's get ready to get to my top 5. All right, now let's get to my top 5 Android devices. Coming in at number 5, Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. It's hard not to love this device, not because of the front display, but because of this inner display. When I want to see everything big, like even reading a book, watching videos, movies, whatever, this is a big time productivity device. I love this thing, and I love the software that comes with it, One UI, and all the different things you could do with it, taskbar, running 3 or 4 apps at the same time. This is a monster of a device. I love it. And when I put it in my car and put it up on my little thing, to hold it, and, especially if I'm traveling and I'm using Google Maps, this is nice and big. Like, I could easily see everything with no problem. I love this device, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. Performance on here is still great, 120 hertz. You got this beautiful display, as you can see. Great speakers. The cameras are pretty good. They're not great, but they're pretty good. And it's just like I said, a big time productivity device. So I love the Z Fold 2. Now I know most people probably are rocking the Z Fold 3 or either the Z Fold 4, but I like the Z Fold 2 because those other ones are not giving you a lot more than here, except better cameras. And of course, the 3, you get some IP you know, some water and dust resistance and the S Pen. I don't care nothing about either one of those things, honestly, because I don't really use the S Pen like that, and I don't keep my phone. I don't have my phone near any water, so I don't need either one of those, honestly. And like I said before, I don't use the camera that much, so this is good for me. Coming in at number 4, the Google Pixel 6 Pro. Now, I don't know what it is about this device. I really wish I could explain it to y'all, because y'all know that I'm not really a big fan of stock Android, because it's boring, not enough features for me. The customization is not enough for me. This thing don't have no face unlock. But for some reason, I just can't help but use this device. And I think a big reason, it just works. I mean, the fingerprint sensor is absolutely flawless. Not the brightest display, but a beautiful display nonetheless. I love this boxy shape. And when I take the case off of this device, oh, I love the way it feels in my hand. It feels so premium. It's not slippery. It's not a fingerprint magnet. And I love the design of this device. Now, I don't like the design of the 7 Pro at all. I like this. I like how all the cameras are hidden behind this dark bar. I love the design of the 6 Pro. Like I said before, this thing just works. Everything works super smooth and super fast. Now, I know it would work even smoother and faster if I was using the Pixel launcher. However, because I can't customize that home screen the way I want, it's just not usable for me. This is the way that I want my apps laid out. And I want to use my weather and time widget. You know, I can't do that with the Pixel widget. They keep that Google bar down here, won't let you move it. They got their own widget up here, time or the weather. You can't move that. You can't make you can't get more icons on the thing, make them smaller. They're all big and giant. I don't like that. This is the way that I want my device to be set up. So I had to use Nova Launcher, but that don't take away the function of this device. This device has a great fingerprint sensor. Now, I don't like the always on display because it's not customizable. I don't like that either. But anyway, the build quality, the design, the cameras, the display, the performance, man, this phone just works. So any of you out there have the Pixel 6 Pro, you got a great device. It's going to get Android 15. You're going to love this device if you haven't gotten it yet, and you can get it for a really good, cheap price. So the Google Pixel 6 Pro, it's just something about this device that I love. I don't like the button placement. It's horrible, but I just can't help myself from using this device. It's just something about this device that I love. Coming in at number 3, the Vivo X Note. Now, I got it in this, I got it in this case because I pretty much keep all my phones in cases. But I love this device. I just only had this device maybe about a month now, but I love it. You know, I love the biometrics. They're perfect. The face unlock is great. The fingerprint sensor is great. Both are flawless, pretty much. You got always on display. You're getting 80-watt wired charging, 50-watt wireless charging, and 10-watt reverse wireless charging. Dual stereo speakers that sound really, really good. A big, giant 7-inch Quad HD Plus AMOLED display with 120 hertz refresh rate. Performance on this is silky smooth. It's fast. It's efficient. No lag at all. Beautiful display. Great cameras. The battery life on this thing is unbelievable. Easily day and a half to 2 days. Excellent battery life on this device. Love the cameras on this device as well. Love the build quality on this device. It's a little thin for my taste, but it's still great build quality. Got a matte finish on the back with ridges on the back rail to give it a little extra grip. But my 2 favorite things about this device, maybe it's 3. This display, I just love this display. Love the size of this phone, the battery life, and the performance. Just love it. I've had it for about a month, a little over a month now. I love the Vivo X Note. And I did figure out my issue with the notifications, so now I can see details. And what it was is, what happened, let me show y'all real quick. So down here you got, let me see, go into privacy, and you scroll down here, you see where it says app encryption? That's what I did when I went in there. And I had all of these turned on, and that's why I wasn't getting any details. So once I turned all of these off, that's when I started getting, you know, all my notifications with detail attached to it. Apps encryption, that's what it was. So now when I see my notifications, I can see exactly what they are. So now I'm really, really happy with this device. You know, instead of 6 things I have a problem with, because I just did a review for this the other day, I only have 5 issues with it, as opposed to 6, because that was a big one for me. But that's been settled. So the Vivo X Note, love this device. That's number 3. Coming in at number 2, the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Now, some of you might be saying, wow, I thought this would be number 1. No, if you've been paying attention to my videos, you know this is definitely not number 1. Now, this is my most used Android device, but it's not my favorite Android device. It's just not. But I love this device. I love the build quality, the color, love the design, one of my favorite designs of any smartphone. Love the always on display, highly customizable, fingerprint sensor, ultrasonic face unlock. You got this big 6.9 inch Quad HD plus 120 hertz display. Love it. The button placement is great. Expandable storage up to 1 terabyte. Man, this display is beautiful. Got that really small camera on the front. You got very thin bezels. Now, for some reason, bezel escaped my brain when I was talking about the LG V60. But yeah, no bezels on this device really at all. Like, it's just all display. Now, this display is not as big as the Vivo X Note. This is a 7-inch device, and this device is actually wider than the Note 20 Ultra. But I think the reason why this is my most used device is because the number 1 reason, I'm gonna be honest, is One UI. I just love One UI. I love all these features. I love secure folder. I love Samsung Notes. This phone does everything that I needed to do. Everything. And of course, you got the S Pen, even though I don't use it much, but there are times when I actually need it. And it's basically acts like a remote control if I want to use it like that, because it's a Bluetooth S Pen. But this display is out of this world. Get 1500 nits peak brightness, 50 times zoom on a camera. The cameras on here are phenomenal. I basically video all my YouTube videos with my Note 20 Ultra. Now you might be saying, well, if you do that, then how are you making this video now? I got 2 of these. So the one that I'm actually filming with right now is a 512 gig version. So, because 128 just wasn't enough, just wasn't cutting it. So now I got 512 plus expandable storage up to 1 terabyte. So that's the reason why I love this. Now the battery life is not really that good at all. You can get through a day if you use it moderately. Light to moderately, you can get through a full day. If you go heavy, you're going to need to charge this before then. Unless you don't use it like me. Now I'm using the always on display at 100% brightness, 120 hertz. Now I'm not using Quad HD because you can't use Quad HD and 120 hertz at the same time. So I'm using 1080p 120 hertz. I'm using it at 100% peak brightness, and I'm getting all my notifications in real time. All push notifications, everything in real time. So I use this phone pretty heavy. Most people ain't using their phone with 100% brightness. They just not. And I got mostly all the special features turned on. So this is not my favorite device, but it's my most used device. All right, so Note 20 Ultra, number 2. Now coming in at number 1, my top Android device. is the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. Talk about loving this device. This is my favorite device. You saw that time? Now you got these beastly cameras. These by far are the best cameras out of all my phones that I have. All of these and all the honorable mentions, these have the best set of cameras in my opinion. You got that secondary display where you can do so many things with. The button placement is perfect. It's nice and low. Everything on the right. This display is crazy. 1700 nits peak brightness. 6.8-inch Quad HD plus AMOLED display. 120 hertz refresh rate. Always on display. Fingerprint sensor. Face unlock. 67 watt wired and wireless charging. 10 watt reverse wireless charging. Dual stereo speakers that are absolutely mind blowing. Kills every phone that's on this table when it comes to the speakers. Kill every last one of these. Not even close. Okay. Now, when it comes to charging, this one beats out this one just by a little. So 80 watt wire charging 0 to 60, 0 to 100%, sorry, 30 minutes. 67 watt wire charging 0 to 100% in 36 minutes. So there's only a 6-minute difference between these two devices. And this has 80 watts. This is only 67. And with the 67 wireless, which is higher than this, 39 minutes. So the wireless charging on here is faster. Now, when it comes to the reverse wireless charging, they're equal at 10 watts. But this display is better and it's brighter. IP68 water and dust resistant. Now, everything on this table here is IP68 water and dust resistant except the Z Fold 2. But these three all IP68 water and dust resistant. Like I said, these have the best cameras. The performance on here is silky, buttery, cotton, whatever you want to say, smooth, honey smooth, smooth. Excellent performance. Okay, so there's basically nothing about this phone I really don't like, except they don't have expandable storage, no headphone jack. Like I said, the speakers, the display, the battery life is great. I can get a day and a half. The build quality is unreal, super premium in the hand. Cameras are out of this world. I mean, I love everything there is about this phone. Now, if it had the kind of software that the Samsung had, man, this would be the most used phone in my pocket without question. But this has a better display than my Note 20 Ultra, better cameras than my Note 20 Ultra, better charging speeds than my Note 20 Ultra, better performance than my Note 20 Ultra, better battery life than my Note 20 Ultra, and better cameras and better build quality. That's why this is my favorite. Okay, my most used, but my favorite. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video about my top 5 Android devices mid-2023. Hope everybody out there is staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.